Good morning from a wet station road in Hendon. This stretch of station road was used in the Cistern. You may remember Blakey standing by the bus stop, just right at this spot here. And the house is across the road, as you can see by the screen grab, just past where the van's parked. You see in the episode, obviously there's newer ones that have been built further up, but you see the bus coming down the road here towards us, and Blakey's standing there with his clipboard to stop the bus. Now this is where Stan's trying to get the toilet home that they've just bought, the new Cistern. So where you see them clambering into the back of the bus, they are getting the back door of the bus. You can see Malcolm Crescent just across the road, so that would have been filmed just around about here. As I say, the bus would have been parked right in front of us, as you can see by the screen grab, with Malcolm Crescent in the background. And then when the bus takes off, it starts to move away and the door's sort of like half open and they've got the toilet on. The angle that you see is that is about it there, I would say. Let's see, I'll just get you down to the right for the screen grab, because you do see that drain just in front of us there. You see that drain, you see the edge of what is the rear of the Midland Hotel. I think it was the station hotel at that time, and the camera's looking across in this direction here. So that's where all these scenes were filmed here. They did film further down Station Road, which I will take you on for part 2 of this video. Part 2 from Station Road in Hendon. Again, the Cistern this was seen in. You can see the Midland Hotel across the road there, which was the station hotel. You see that in the shot when they were boarding the bus after buying the toilet from Sankey's. So it's around about this angle that you get, just a little bit closer in. Say about that's the right angle. Now, this area here has undergone a lot of changes over the years, so you must bear with me on this. But I can work it out from my, I've got an old ordnance survey map. You bear with me just now. It's quite awkward because it's absolutely teeming down with rain as well. Now, this is the North Circular Road that leads into the centre of London. So this was built in about the 1980s, the early 1980s, I do believe. So what stood here, which was the Sankey's, the toilet shop where they bought all the plumbing goods from, where they bought the Cistern from, would have stood right here. I worked that out from the Ordnance Survey map, because it was just to the left of the entrance into Hendon Station, which is across the road there. So Sankey's would have been just right here, right in front of us. The Sankey's, obviously you can see how much has changed around in this part of Hendon. There was a row of, you had Sankey's here, and you had a row of houses leading along the side here. So that was where Sankey's was, and at least we've still got the Midland Hotel standing there, which was the station hotel when they filmed on the buses there. Welcome to Algernon Road in Hendon. Just to give you a perspective of where we are. Well, no, that's the Midland Hotel, was the station hotel, and the distance there. Algernon Road runs sort of adjacent to it. Now this road they used frequently to film scenes for Butler and Jack's house, and the Cistern and the inspector's niece. Now you may notice there's no houses on this side of the road. The fence that stands there is where the houses would have been. On the other side of that fence is the North Circular Road, which was built in, I do believe, the early 1980s. So all these houses that stood here would have been demolished. Now I can work out by the strength of having older Ordnance Survey maps where exactly these houses were. So if you remember, if you look at that episode again, we can work out that the Jack's house was number 11 and the Butler house was number 12. So there's a scene when you see Arthur coming out after he's used Jack's toilet, when they're having to use Jack's toilet when they've got their toilet problems. So Jack's house would have been where this box is roughly now, where the solid wood, it looks like a part of a cabinet or something's been dispatched there, and a drawer lying there on the ground. That would have been the door roughly where number 12 is. Now we can work that out because right in front of us you see Arthur runs back in here, right where this door, where this tree stands now, would have been the door to the Butler house number 12. How can you work that out? Because the Ordnance Survey map showed number 12 to be directly adjacent to number 34. So number 34 is the, you see your two properties across the road here, and number 34 is a property on the right as we look at it now. So turn right around, number 12 across the road from it, right where this tree is. So that's how we can work out where the Butler house was, and we see Arthur running up the path into the number 12, which would have been right here. Now there's a scene as well when you see in the Cistern, Arthur and Stan are walking back with a woman who's pushing a pram. They're holding the kids, and the pram has got the toilet in it. And we see a lamppost here. That's this lamppost right here. They're just walking past it in the background, and there's a like gold-covered Jaguar, old Jaguar car sitting parked right here as well. So that is where that is. That lamppost hasn't changed, so that's how we can work that out. They just walk past this, and it all tallies up because they just walk past the lamppost, and then they come to the Butler house, which is right here where this tree is. Another part that we see from there, when the pram actually stops here, they stop walking and then they go to get they hand the mum her baby back. So the door to the Butler house is right here again, as you can see by the screen grab, and the Butler the Butler house where the door is, where the tree is now, sorry. So where the tree is now, within the door to the Butler house, as you can see in the screen grab. And now that tree that's just adjacent to it, you do see that, but I'm not too sure if that's the same tree or whether that's a newly grown tree, because as it was back then, if you watch those scenes closely, you've got the number 12, the door here for the Butler house. And then you've got a little gap, and there's a tree, and then a substation, a little power substation. Whether that's that tree there, it's possible, but I'm not too sure if it is or it isn't. It's possible, but I'm not sure on that. I wouldn't want to commit myself to that. I'd have to go and have a look at the screen grabs again and see if that is actually the same tree. Be good if it was, because it'd be something to help use as a landmark, and such like. There's also another scene that you see when Stan's running back. He's the inspector's niece, and he's running back to get himself spruced up for Sally. Leaves his lunch early at the depot, and you see him running down the street here. So the angle you would have got for that, you just see the pavement. So imagine where all those trees are, that would have been about 3-storey buildings there, houses that have now been demolished. And he runs past the lamppost. He's just about to run past the lamppost that you can see just there on the left-hand shot, as you can see in the screen grab as well. Okay, I hope I've explained them as well as I possibly can, considering there's absolutely very, very little to go on, as in standing there today as stood there in 1971. In 1970 it was, sorry. So that's all from Hendon for now. I hope you enjoyed the series of locations.